This news, the ongoing negotiation between the Nigerian government and organized labor over the national minimum wage have taken a new turn. Both sides speaking are making concession in a bid to reach a compromise. The federal government, which had previously proposed minimum wage of 60,000, now raised its offer to 62,000 after extensive deliberations with the organized private sector and the labor unions. But this move comes as the organized labor, which had initially demanded the minimum wage of 494,000, adjusted its request to 250,000. On our flagship business program, Business Nigeria, the Director General of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Mr. Segun Ajayi Kadri, highlighted the impact of this new minimum wage on the private sector.
It does no one any good. I mean, we had a national blackout. I mean, I can't imagine what will happen when the whole country is in darkness. And I think we shouldn't allow that kind of a thing to happen again. Apart from the fact that it crippled the economy of our country, there's also the security concern that every Nigerian should be worried about. When we had lights everywhere, we had issues, not to talk of when there is no light. And I do believe that government should government and labor should actually do the best they can to ensure that we do not have a repeat of that unfortunate development. And for every time that you have a strike, I mean, you cripple business, everybody loses, government will lose revenue, businesses will lose revenue, our social and economic life will be disrupted, it will affect our gross domestic product. And there are a lot of people who live by the day. And that means that for that day, they are not able, for as long as the strike subsists, they will not have access to their means of livelihood.
The Nigerian foreign exchange market has experienced reforms aimed at stabilizing the market. The CBN has implemented various policies to address the foreign exchange crisis, including the introduction of a single exchange rate and structured allocation of dollars to the BDC. President of the Association of Bureau Shang Operators of Nigeria, Mr. Aminu Gwadabe, also speaks on the current state of the market. He spoke earlier on Business Nigeria.
We should bring policies that are friendly, not inhibitive. The present regulations, policies that the CBN wants us to meet are prohibitive, are ill-timed, are non-achievable. Whatever ramification, you can look into them. 4, even though it's always been like it's not feasible, amnesty. The billions of dollars that is under pillow, over the ceiling, give amnesty to the owners to bring it into the official market so that you don't need to go and be begging India, begging UAE, begging Saudi Arabia. We have hundreds of billions. There was a time they said there is an executive order. But implementation is another problem. The solution is like a rhythm. It's like a rhythm. Like I said, we cannot be dancing a willow while the patron is playing, singing out. So we need to change the conversation. Very, very important. We need to change the conversation, the impression, the outlook.
To other news, the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, has praised the scale and impact of the Dangote and petrochemical refinery, noting its potential to transform Nigeria's economy. Mr. Akpabio made this remarks while leading a high-profile delegation from the National Assembly on a tour of the Dangote facility over the weekend. Frank Omalape has the report.
Accompanied by a host of senators and members of the House of Representatives, the President of the Senate, Mr. Godswill Akpabio, was received by Mr. Aliko Dangote, Chairman of Dangote Group, along with key executives and engineers from the refinery. The visit to the facility, which is the first by the 10th Assembly, was aimed at initiating legislative support for the Dangote Group and similar large-scale industrial projects that will drive economic growth and development. Located in the Lekki Free Trade Zone in Lagos, The Dangote Petroleum Refinery is poised to be a game changer for Nigeria's oil and gas sector.
And congratulate all Nigerians for what we are seeing here today. But his adherence to quality is what impresses me. The laboratories I've seen here, and even the explanation from the social media that Belgium has finally realized the need to ban the exportation of bad fuel from their country to Nigeria.
What we are doing is to be able to export our petroleum products to anywhere and compete with any company. By next week, we'll be producing less than even about 10 ppm in terms of diesel, which now what is happening in the market is that you import about 2,000, 3,000. So we will produce the best.
It wasn't just a dream, on the shelf. It's reality. It's put on the ground. And so for me, it's the economic, independence that will give not only Dangote Refinery, but all of the businesses around and the country in whole.
The Dangote Refinery is the largest single-train facility in the world, capable of processing 650,000 barrels of crude oil per day. Having commenced production of Jet A1 and diesel earlier, the group says the distribution of petrol is expected to begin in 1 month.
PMS, it will start coming out by, we had a bit of delay, but it will start coming out by 10th, 15th of July. But then, we want to keep it in the tank to make sure that it settles. By 3rd week of July, we'll be able to take it into the market.
We'll be expecting PMS coming out from this refinery, and that will be a very big boost to the Nigerian economy. And so we will continue, the pressure on the foreign currency will continue to lose up. And then the Renewed Hope agenda, you can see that it's working.
As the Dangote refinery comes on full stream, it is expected to significantly reduce the nation's reliance on imported fuel and other petroleum products. Frank Omalape, TVC News, Lagos.